Hi guys! Today I want to share with you some really valuable information I picked up from an appointment I had this week with an esthetician whom my dermatologist referred me to about preventative treatment for my skin type. So if you follow me on social media, you probably saw my post about my appointment with my dermatologist. She removed some spots from my skin and recommended that I see an esthetician in her office who provides services and treatments for freckle removal. And if you remember, I posted, what would you do if you were me? Because I love my freckles. So let me tell you how that appointment went and 3 valuable tips that I think everyone needs to know when it comes to protecting your skin from further damage and reversing damage. So I sat down with this esthetician and the first question she asked me is, why are you here today? And I just looked at her and I said, I don't know, you tell me. I said, my dermatologist referred me to see you, I think about freckle removal. And she just kind of leaned in and looked at me and she said, let me ask you this. How do you feel about your freckles? Do you like them? And I said, yes, I love them. I've learned to love them my whole life and I think they're beautiful. And she said, I agree. She said, it's so pointless to have treatments done with someone who has skin like you, covered almost from head to toe in freckles. It's pointless to have them removed. She said not only is the process ridiculously expensive, and of course insurance doesn't cover it, it would be a series of treatments that are painful, long, and expensive. And she said, you know, if you were just to do your face, it wouldn't look right because then you'd still have freckles on your neck and your arms and your shoulders. And then if you just did your neck, you would have to do your entire body for it to look right. And she said there's no point in that, especially if you think it looks beautiful. She said, which I agree. So instead of going in that day to talk about the possibility of freckle removal, thank goodness, we didn't have to go that route. Instead, she decided to give me 3 tips that she felt would be the most beneficial to prevent further damage to my skin, as far as sunspots and age spots and all of that, and something that would also reverse the damage. So to explain this, I just want to show you something. This right here is a sunspot or an age spot, and she looked at this and she explained to me this could have been a result of a time when I was out in the sun, clear back to as early as 5 years old. She said you could have been out in the sun when you were 5 years old and you got a sunburn on your arm and maybe it blistered, and it took all these years later for it to finally show up in the form of a sunspot or an age spot. And she said all it really is this area where your skin was damaged, and every time you go out into the sun, it continues to work on that spot until one day it's just completely visible, as you can see right there. Now, as I shared on my social media posts, freckles really aren't a bad thing. They're your body's way of protecting your skin. That darker pigment is created to act as a natural sunscreen to protect your skin. So people like me who are fair-skinned, who are highly prone to getting sunburnt, our skin creates this natural pigment to protect us. So they're actually a benefit. And there's only 4% of the world's population who has freckly skin from head to toe. So it's not very common. And you know, when you feel unique, you kind of want to stay that way, right? And also, it's not very common for freckles to become cancerous. That's usually moles. So there's a difference. So the esthetician didn't seem to be that worried about my freckles. Instead, she decided to give me 3 helpful tips that she felt would be extremely valuable and beneficial to someone with skin like me. But she also said that she recommends this for everyone. So if you want to protect your skin from having damage from the past turn into something like this, but you also want to reverse that damage, listen up. Okay, so the first thing she talked about with me, number 1 foremost, the thing that is highly essential for your face is sunscreen. In fact, she showed me a sunscreen that she recommends. I didn't buy it, but she gave me a sample. I think it was like $75 a bottle. But anyways, it's just this really light, sheer liquid. And she's like, you know, you just gently tap it on your skin. You just brush it on and you tap it, and it feels like satin. It's like powdery and dry. It's not oily. I love it. And then it leaves this sheer, I don't know if you can see that, but it leaves this sheer lustery glow on your skin. And it just shimmers and glows, and I love it. Well, anyways, she decided to send me home with this sample, but she told me it really doesn't matter what brand you use. The one thing that matters when you're looking for a sunscreen is that it says on there broad spectrum, because that means it protects your skin from 2 types of ultraviolet rays. Ultraviolet A radiation and ultraviolet B radiation. So those are known as UVA and UVB. So if your sunscreen doesn't say that, you're not getting full protection. Now she said, you need to do this every day of the year. It doesn't matter if you're planning on staying home all day, because she said, think about it, every time you walk out to the mailbox or you drive somewhere in the car, those rays are touching your skin. And she said, every day when the rays touch your skin, over time that adds up, and that's when you start to see the sunspots. Okay, so I told her, I said, you know, I have some grocery store facial sunscreen that I really like, and they do say broad spectrum. And I told her the brands. This one's Neutrogena, and then this one was given to me as a gift. And she said, you know what, those will work. Those are great. So it really doesn't matter. This one is a sheer sunscreen, and this one is a tinted sunscreen. So it blends in as a foundation. Okay, so that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, she recommended something called Phloretin. Now that's spelled with a PH, Phloretin. Then she explained why and what it does. So Phloretin is a highly potent antioxidant. Think about your vitamin C's, how that's so good for your face. It's so good for your skin. This would be like vitamin C on steroids. So what it does is it improves the appearance of discoloration, fine lines, and an uneven skin tone. So if you have blotchy skin. In fact, this has 10% vitamin C in the formula. It remains effective for 72 hours after you apply it. You put it on in the morning. And this particular formula she gave me is a triple antioxidant. So it strengthens your skin's natural repair process. So in a nutshell, it prevents your skin from premature aging caused by free radicals such as UVA, UVB, infrared radiation, and ozone pollution. And it comes from fruit like apples, apricots, the root bark from fruit trees. Pretty awesome what nature can do, right? I think this is a great addition to Hydroheel products because my Hydroheel products do something similar. They protect your skin from the outside environment to allow your skin to naturally repair itself from the inside out. The base formula stays on your skin for hours. It also contains antioxidants, antiviral and antibacterial properties, as well as vitamins and minerals, so I love it. But this is something that works great with a product like Hydroheel because of how potent it is. Because this supports collagen production in your skin, which promotes your skin's elasticity. So I would recommend applying your sunscreen, then applying some Phloretin before you use your Hydroheel. Finally, the 3rd tip that she gave me, that would be retinol. And I'll have links down below if you want to check any of this out. I don't recommend any certain brands. I think any brand is fine as long as you're getting it prescription. So what the esthetician told me is if you buy grocery store products that say that they contain retinol, as you can see this one right here, says that it contains retinol, you're only getting about 1% in the entire bottle, so it's extremely diluted. But if you buy it through a doctor or a licensed esthetician, she said you're getting the strength of 1% in every drop. Now, retinol is made from vitamin A, and what it does is it reverses and repairs the damage that's already been done to your skin. So you want a preventative measure, but also at the same time something to reverse what's already been done. Those working together are dynamite for your skin. So what exactly does retinol do? Well, it increases skin cell production, it unclogs your pores, it exfoliates your skin and increases collagen production as well, which also gives your skin a more plump appearance. It reduces those fine lines and wrinkles. It also is known to help clear acne. So I know I've done a video about pantothenic acid and how that takes care of cystic acne that's connected to hormones. But if you've got those tiny little pimples that just don't seem to go away even with the pantothenic acid, you might want to try something like retinol. Now it also improves the texture of your skin and your skin's pigmentation. So this is how you start to see a faded appearance of the damage that's already on your skin that you've incurred from an entire lifetime of moments where you've been in the sun, probably without sunscreen. So anyways, these 3 things are key to preventing further damage on your skin, protecting it, but also reversing the damage that's already there. I am so excited to bring this in to my current skincare regimen. Again, I think it's a great complement with Hydroheel products because Hydroheel creates an invisible band-aid on your skin, pulls the cracks together, seals them, and allows your skin to naturally repair itself from the inside out. These are the kind of things that you're going to want to seal into your skin. You're going to want to seal in the sunscreen, you're going to want to seal in the Phloretin, and the retinol. So once you've applied these 3 steps, go ahead and use your Hydroheel. Use it to remove your makeup, fill in your wrinkles, rub it into your hands to get nice and healthy cuticles. But I always say, never let it go to waste. If you have excess on your hands, rub it anywhere and everywhere. And one final tip I just want to throw in, this is something that I love, collagen. I even asked the esthetician if she recommended a certain brand of collagen and she didn't. She sort of alluded to that she doesn't really take collagen. I love collagen. So I think if you're using products that stimulate collagen within your own body, then it definitely doesn't hurt to add more collagen to that process. Now I like to put this in smoothies, and my latest favorite thing to do is to put it in muffins. I have a recipe I created for these delicious miniature protein bite muffins. I call them apple pie protein bites. So I'm going to include that recipe down below just because I love it so much. I've been making it every week and it's a perfect thing. Just grab it when you have to go out the door and you don't have time to eat breakfast or lunch, or your kids are headed off to a soccer game and they're hungry. You want to give them something loaded with protein. These are the perfect things to eat. And what I love about it is you can take things like collagen or prebiotics, not probiotics, but prebiotics, fiber, you name it. All these things we want to sneak into our kids' smoothies, but they're pretty smart. They can usually taste it and detect it, and then they don't want to finish it. You're going to want to put those kind of things into a muffin so they will eat it. And just so you know, research shows that collagen is not destroyed from the baking temperatures of your oven. Same with prebiotics and all the other things that I will mention in this video description. So go ahead, give those muffins a try. Start adding more collagen to your diet. If you end up trying any of these tips, let me know about it. I'd love to hear. I just started this all myself, so I will report back. I'm super excited, and I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.